Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. Today you find me, I suppose I'm only a couple of miles from home. I'm in a local park. Now this park is the biggest Victorian park in St Helens. Everybody used to think like Shirley Park's the biggest park, but this is the largest Victorian park. And this is called Taylor Park. I'll show you the signs now. We're at Taylor Park. Now this entrance here at Taylor Park is a new entrance. I don't know when it was put up here. See if this board will tell us. Yeah, because we always used to go into the park via the lodge. There's two or even three entrances to the park. It's an interesting thing here. It's Turnpike Road milestone. Alright, cool. Anyway, let's show you where we originally went into the park. That's the Turnpike stone there. Okay, so just up the road slightly from that new entrance is the original entrance we all used to go in. You get off the bus just over the road here. And this was the original entrance with a little lodge here. Okay, so the land, which is now Taylor Park, was donated to, it would have been St Helens Corporation at the time, in 1892. And then in 1893, it opened up as a park. Just to the left of us here is the golf course. You can hear the golfers to my left arguing over lost balls. Now the main driveway, the road I pointed out before just over the top there, that's lined with rhododendrons. So that was the carriageway through to Eccleston Hall. I think the land all belonged to the estate, the Eccleston Hall estate at one point, and then this part was donated. Back later in the summer, all these rhododendrons they'll all be in bloom. Right, so we're back on the road now. As I say, really popular with cyclists, and it used to be a shortcut home for us if we'd been out had a long day. We always ended up back over towards St Helens and Bleak Hill Road area. This was a shortcut through when you were absolutely shattered. There's a couple of posts here now. I don't know if these were originally gate posts. I'll have a look, see if we can find out. All the daffodils start to come out now. Again, come back in a few weeks and this will all look completely different. All these bulbs. These will all be in bloom. Okay, so straight ahead we have the quarry. Now this always used to be open. Appears to be locked now. Bloody health and safety, I suppose. There's nice gardens in here. Local mountaineering club used to come climbing here. But now it's all locked up. Now, a lot of the stone from this quarry is used in local buildings. In fact, the Griffin pub in Eccleston was built with stone from here. There is a point where we can get over and look down towards it. See. There's a viewing platform over here. We'll have a look over there in a minute. Yeah, so like I was saying, a lot of the stone from this quarry was used in the buildings and the walls around the Eccleston area. And it's a shame you can't go down there now. There used to be a quarry garden. There's a rock garden, a quarry garden. All now no longer accessible, unfortunately. I think this area where we are now is called the Mount, and the land here was donated by the Pilkington family. Pilkingtons were the glass giants. Everybody's heard of Pilkingtons. Yeah, they donated some of the land in 1920, and then again some 1951. And they created the Mount here. Not been up here to this part for years. All we seem to do now is just ride straight through and then home. At this point here, I'll tell you a bit of the history of Taylor Park. The 1374, Eccleston Hall Estate. What I'll do, I'll take a couple of pictures of that and then I'll put them on. And then you can read through them at your leisure. But I'm sure you'll agree, the views from up here, fantastic. Over towards Big Dam. I think originally it was called Great Dam. It's now called Big Dam. Over towards Billinge. In the distance, well, if we could see, if the weather wasn't so bad, we had to see Winter Hill, but not today. Okay, follow the path away from the quarry and from the Mount down towards the golf course, and we'll do a right. Try and get down the hill. Right, I wasn't sure if we could still get through here, but seems we can. So this would have been the boundary walls at one point. Now the golf course have they put a fence all the way around. It's supposed to keep the kids out, eh? Oops, just watch as you go. It's all a bit muddy underfoot here. technical here on the mountain bike, all these routes. Bet there's a few falling off through here. Oops. Following the squirrels. Watching me, watching you. He's a big one, isn't he? Underway. What do you think? Think I'll get through there? No, keep going. Keep going and hope I can get out down here. As I say, you don't have to come through this part. You can stick to the paths around the dam and that. Ooh. Getting tangled. Ew. Aha. If I survive this bit, I can get back in down here. Oop. And back out. Yeah, this is really muddy, this section. I suggest putting your wellies on if you're going to come down here, or wait for the nicer weather. So this track skirts the golf course, and this brings you out by where the old Eccleston Hall used to be. A few lady golfers today. I think Grange Park Golf Course is one of those, you know, where you have to be, you can't just join. Somebody has to put your name forward, and probably have to be seconded and all that palaver. Right. Public bridle way. Right, if I'm not mistaken, that's Red Rocks. You can get through from up by Carmel College, side of the college, and follow this track down. It's called Red Rocks, and it comes all the way down here. Now these look like the old buildings from Eccleston Hall, maybe from the farm or something. See what we can find, see how far we can go. Yeah, see, that's whole farm. Part of the old hall. Shame the way that's been painted black, isn't it? So, that was whole farm. Looking in a bit of a sorry state at the minute. You know what, I never realised how big that golf course was. Comes all the way over here to Eccleston. It's pretty huge. Lots of bird song. And they all, oh there you go. Can I say, as soon as I say it, they all stop singing. Yeah, I haven't been down this area for years, and it was like a local haunt when we were kids, like days out at Taylor Park. I'll show you in a bit. There's two dams, Big Dam and Little Dam. Little Dam, yeah. Little Dam was, well, it was turned into a paddling pool. I think they were originally, the water in them was for St Helens Corporation. That's where they used to store water. And then the Big Dam became a boating lake. Yeah, we've been boating on there. The Little Dam's paddling pool. When we used to come in the 60s, it must have been certain days. There used to be all these old chaps there with model boats on it, you know, like little model steamboats. Yeah, chugging away. We were all fascinated. Then we'd all run in the paddling pool and they'd all get a cob on because we splashed the boats. Happy days. Okay, so that's where we come down before. So if you come down, they'll do a right. You'll get to one of the 2 car parks that there are for the park. Still don't think there's enough parking here. So there's this car park here, which is, I think this could be the larger of the 2. And then there's another one over off Grosvenor Road. But I think it's one of them where you have to get here early to get yourself a parking space. But there's a kids' playground over here as well. So a lot of people will come into the park at this end and just go around the playground. Anyway, this is the way we used to go on the bikes, shortcuts through here. So again, you can see all the rhododendrons lining both sides of this, what used to be the carriageway. With a little squirrel. Really well fed, the squirrels here, aren't they? Size of them. Whoppers. Great dam. And you can see Pilk's head offices over in the background, the big building with the blue painted panels. Now unfortunately we can't walk round today. You can normally walk right round the dam, but they've had one of the walls has collapsed, so it's closed. They've started the repairs, but it's one of them, isn't it? Money. Again, great views across the dam. So we've got Canadian geese and ducks. And there is swans, lots of swans over towards the boathouse. The boathouse straight ahead there. Boathouse was built in 1930. Now they added a cafe in 1970. But if I'm not mistaken, there was a cafe there earlier than that. And that's when we were kids, we used to come just bring butties and bottle of water, Corporation Pop. And the fountain. The fountain's there to aerate the water and keep it clear. otherwise it just gets stagnant. Oh, coming into land. I just think they're getting fed, they're following me. Yeah, so when we were kids again, this was the boating lake, and there'd be lots of boats all moored over there, and you could take the boat out around the dam. Okay, this fencing here gives me bad vibes. It reminds me of when I used to work for the Prudential. One of my customers, Stella, she had a son called Phil. Phil ended up working in the catering, you know, at Hollyoaks. Yeah, he worked there. Anyway, Phil had this dog, a Doberman, and he used to bring it for walks around the park here. And one day he brought her, and the ducks were, something was happening with the ducks, and the dog run to jump over to get to the ducks. Anyway, it got its front leg caught in one of these hoops on top of the fence, and as you can imagine, it was rather painful, snapped its leg. Anyway, it had to have its leg amputated, and then it became a three-legged dog. I always think of that story when I come here. Poor dog, can't remember what the dog was called. So don't let your dogs jump over the fence. This dog's after catching a squirrel. He's made up off the lead, isn't he? Getting busy now. Another little park over to my right there. Oh, there he goes again. Now there used to be a ranger centre somewhere around here. Yeah, just off to my left here now. Used to have like school groups there, school visits and that. Looks all a bit overgrown now. That's the other little car park I told you about, just over there. Now it says cafe here. I wonder if this is the one that was built in 1970 then it became the visitor centre, because there is a little cafe at the back of the boathouse. It's one of them, but it's never been, well, it seems to be quite popular, but only be on certain days of the week, won't it? The rest of the time, there's not many people visiting, so. There's a couple of swans. This is a sight you often see here. All the birds lined up on the jetty. They've got another car park. I never knew that one existed, so there must be 3 car parks now, and all pretty full. And then the sun come out. Again, well fed these, aren't they? There we go. Getting cheeky, these geese now. Bloody asking for food. Okay, so this is the other part of the footpath with the closures on. As I say, it used to be great for on the bike for kids and that, because they could just keep riding round and round the lake and it was safe. There's no way they're going to fall in, it's fenced off. And it just keeps them occupied, doesn't it? But I'm sure it'll be all sorted soon and we'll be able to walk round again. This must be the overflow from the lake. Bet the kids all used to climb in there years ago. Wouldn't have got me in there. No, no, no. Now, over the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot on Facebook about people taking pictures of kingfishers down here at Taylor Park. And then other people were putting on, that's not Taylor Park. There's no kingfishers in Taylor Park. There's none of them shrubs that were in the picture over in Taylor Park. But then when I was out last week, I was talking to Sean, local photographer, and he said there is. He said, you know the little fishing pond at the back of there, that's where they are. So that's what I'm going to try and find now. Come with me. All right. So here's the fishing pond. Oh, more hen climbing a tree. Never seen that one before. So apparently, this is where the Kingfisher is. There might be two. There mightn't be just one. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can find a spot where I think kingfishers would be. See, it is ideal on these branches. Waiting to dive in and get the supper. Let's have a look around anyway. Might be time to have me cuppa. Quite a big pond, isn't it? I didn't realise this was here. It does say on all the info I was reading that there used to be 3 ponds or 3 dams. Now you'd think this is where it'd be, don't you? Wouldn't you? But oh. Okay, been sat here 10 minutes now watching something on that little clump on the branch, which I thought was the kingfisher, but it's not moved. Now it's either really patient or it's just a piece of paper blown up and got stuck on the branch. I know my luck in the search for the kingfisher, probably a piece of paper, but never mind. My search goes on. Still there, not moved. Pardon me, sorry about that. Well, that was me dinner. Okay, so I've just been speaking to a fisherman and his lad, and they said they've seen the kingfishers here as well, like, yeah, so my search goes on. One day it's going to be one of them, isn't it, when I've got no camera with me? That's when I'll see one. Now there is a stream runs out of this, after this dam here, down the hill and through. I bet that's the one that goes past my old school, West Park, over there, yeah. Now whether they're down there, because there's flowing water. It's got to be flowing water, like, hasn't it? And there's got to be fish there, of course, for it to fish. So we shall keep walking and keep trying. But what a lovely spot, eh? That lad's over there with his dad. And the dad was saying, like, they've not been fishing long, but they're loving it. And they can get a permit. The lads is £6 for the year. And you can fish on any of the ponds and dams and everything in St Helens, even Carmill Dam. I think the dad said this was 30 quid for the year. And I found another car park, but I don't know whether it's open, this one. Right, plan for next time. Bring some fish food. Come here, throw it in, wait for the fish to come over, and then somehow somebody will get a message to the Kingfisher that there's fish here, and then they'll come over. Simples. Moving on. Anybody looking for a bit of peace and quiet? Well, bloody hell, this is the place to come. Bring your deck chair, bring your boo and your flask, and sit here and chill. It's lovely and peaceful. Just bring your wellies. Off in here. Must be the mating season. She's being surrounded. Dirty buggers. Oh, it's bloody muddy here. And we're back to where we started. Wind's got up now. It's getting a little bit choppy. The Boathouse Cafe. Looks like it's doing okay. Plenty of people in and out, milling about. Much busier in the summer. But still, on a day like today, lovely place. Have a walk away from the cafe. Up a slight rise, keep following the path. We should come to Little Dam. Yes, here we have it. So this was Little Dam. Boating lake, paddling pool. I think this was made in 1926, but then they filled it in, and now it's used by kids. Used to be people on like skateboards, rollerblades, all that kind of stuff. Used to bring our Chris here on his BMX, his little mountain bike. So again, another great little facility. I think what we can do is cut out through the woods. There's the beach. Oh dear, lots of squirrels here. They're everywhere. Oh my God. Oh, hello. Hello. It's like a meerkat, that one. Got nothing, mate, sorry. He's coming over. Begging for food. Can't believe how big they are here. Bloody huge. And then just like that, we're back to where we started. You get here early enough, you get a decent ride in on your gravel bike or your mountain bike before the crowds get here. All the dog walkers and that. Get down here. Give it a try. Taylor Park, St Helens. Okay, and that's Taylor Park for you. Hope you enjoyed that little walk round, somewhere local. I bet there's lots of people who live local who don't bother coming here. But you could have a good day out here. Or a good few hours. Bring the kids, bring the grandkids. Get down here on your bike, bring the dog. Do whatever, float your boat. Have a walk round. Sit and have a cup of tea. Or go to the Wolf House Cafe. Anyway, that's the end of today's vlog. I'm going to go home and get me dinner because I'm hungry. Right, so again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, comment and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps the channel out. And then I shall see you on the next one, eh? Ta-da.